Nobody wants to talk about tithing. No one. It's uncomfortable. It's awkward. And honestly, I don't think that people get it. I really don't. The two ways that people mostly talk about tithing are these. The scarcity mentality, although no one actually calls it that, and the abundance mentality, although no one actually calls it that. The scarcity mentality, sadly, is probably the most prevalent on the views of generosity and tithing. It says that there is only a finite amount of something in the world, and that every person, no matter what, has to grab and take as much as they can, as fast as they can, so that they can get as much as they want. And basically, to hell with everyone else. Abundance mentality says that there is more than enough for everyone to have what they need, and that there is no reason to scramble for your share because you already have your share. There's no need to stress. It's there and already yours. You don't have to do anything for it. Now, unfortunately, there are a lot of churches out there with a scarcity mentality. And how do you know? They tie whatever you give monetarily to something in the church, say salvation or your standing in the church. Meaning the more money you give to them, the better place you'll have in heaven, or you get to have some special favors from the church that not everyone gets. What you give is what you get. It's all very transactional. Another thing that the scarcity mentality does is that it places you in competition with your fellow churchgoers. You are always trying to give more or show that you're giving more so that you can have a bigger piece of the pie when the time comes. To put it lightly, it doesn't create a healthy church environment. And while there are a lot of problems with the scarcity mentality of churches, here's the biggest one. If it is all transactional, then God's love is conditional. Let me say that again. If what you give is what you get, if your shot at heaven is based on how much money you give now, then God's love for you is conditional. And that simply isn't true. That's not even close to how it works. So let's talk about abundance mentality. This is where there is enough for everyone to go around. There is enough heaven. There is enough love. There is enough of all the good things that God gives to go around. Because why? Because there is. That's why. There is nothing transactional about God's love. God doesn't love us more because we give money. God doesn't love us more because we show we are better than others. God simply loves us. And we don't have to do anything to gain or earn that love. It is not transactional. The amount of love does not change with what we do or don't do. It is simply love that is freely given to everyone. And what's more, that love is abundant. There is no need to grab or take more because what you have already in your possession is more than enough. So find yourself a church with an abundance mentality. Find yourself a place where it doesn't matter what you give. It only matters that you feel loved, cared for, welcomed, and wanted. Because friends, that's all God wants for you. Feel free to like or share or comment. I would love to hear what you have to say.